Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, and sometimes Somalia. What is this nonsense I keep hearing about you not being African? You're Arabs within the African continent, so it makes you Africans. So please stop embarrassing us with every single chance you get. If you hate being African so much, find a magical solution to break your landmass out of Africa and carry it wherever you want to go. I bet there are a lot of countries down in the Caribbean that will want to be part of Africa in a heartbeat. But until then, you're stuck with us. We are here working extra hard to see how African continents can be more unified, collaborate, and work together. But with every single chance you get, you embarrass us. As long as you're within the African continent, you're stuck with us. So put an end to this.
Sudan here, you are Sudan because you are people in the north, they said they were Arabs. When you look at them, you try to see how Arab they are, you don't see it. You see a black man saying he's an Arab. But I don't see your Arabism. No, I am an Arab. Okay, that's your problem.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Polito Realities. I've got a lot of suggestions, people requesting that we should have a discussion about the identity crisis happening in Africa. And whenever I watch the videos circulating on social media, I see that the countries who are claiming to be Arabs are within the African continent. So I get confused that if these countries are within, they are part of the African continent, why are they saying that they are Arabs and not Africans? So lately, there has been an ongoing conversation about identity. Some Africans claim Arab heritage and say they are the descendants of the Arab traders, immigrants, all historical dynasties. Others strongly disagree, insisting that these claims are exaggerated or used for social or political advantage. The truth is often complicated because of the history, migration, trade, religion, and even politics all mixed together. This has created what some call as identity clash, where the cultural roots, ancestry, and social status collide. Today we are going to explore why this happens, what the hidden truths are, and why it matters for the African identity. So if you are new here, take a minute to subscribe, to like, and to share today's video. Let's watch the reaction clips that I have with me and see how people are reacting to this African identity crisis.
Now that the African Cup of Nations has ended, I have a very serious question I want to ask the Moroccans. First, congratulations to Senegal for making Africa proud. We are super proud of you for defending the continent. Now, here is my question to Moroccans. If you claim you are not African, why did you participate in the African Cup of Nations? I even saw many Moroccans crying their eyes out after losing AFCON, and that genuinely confused me. For years, we've heard repeated claims from some Moroccan voices saying, we are not African, we are Arab, we are different, we are not black. And it wasn't just talk. During AFCON, we witnessed hostility towards other African teams, disrespect that the world noticed immediately. So here is the contradiction. If Africa is an identity you reject when it comes to culture and solidarity, why does losing an African trophy hurt so deeply? Why? You don't get to distance yourself from Africa, then cry Africa when there's glory on the line. Belonging isn't conditional. If Africa only matters when there's a trophy, then it never mattered at all. Identity is not a switch you turn on and off. Moroccans is either you belong or you don't belong. Thank you all for watching this video and drop your thoughts down there in the comments.
North Africans are Arabs and not African. What am I hearing? Since AFCON has started this month, I'm seeing so many debates on my For You page of West African and other African countries saying that North Africans are not African. Apparently they don't want to be North African, but they want to be Arab. I'm seeing that apparently Egypt, Morocco, and Algeria is beefing all the other African countries. Like, if you see the comment section of some of these other videos I've seen, it is mad. Someone really needs to explain what is going on. I thought Africa was a whole united nation, African continent, whatever you want to call it. Turns out it's not. I'm seeing black people on my For You page say, Nigeria and Senegal, please don't let these North Africans win. Please don't let them win AFCON. This is not their tournament. That is mad. You know, I never ever knew that was a thing. I never knew that Africans saw North Africans as like Arab and stuff like that. I really thought you guys were united, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Also, someone explained, why was Morocco then part of Arab Cup if you guys are African? I'm confused now. Like, I'm not even trying to be rude. Someone explain in the comments, please, because oh my god, the amount of debates I'm seeing is mad. It's mad. And it's not good. I think you guys should all unite. I don't know what's going on.
I saw many embarrassing videos of Somalis saying they are not black people. They are saying they are Arabs. In fact, I saw many videos of Somalis saying they speak Arabic language, they eat Arabic foods, that they do not have anything to do with black people, that they are not blacks. I also saw many videos of African Americans, you know, this time around that Donald Trump, the US president, is saying Somalis should be deported back to Somalia. Many African Americans are saying Somalis should be deported from America because they don't want to identify with black people. They are saying Somalis say they are Arabs and they keep to themselves. They don't want to mingle with other African Americans. Now, I also have observed, this is my own personal observation, Somalis don't talk about Pan-Africanism. I've never seen Somalis interfere or involve themselves in African political affairs. For instance, this time around that there is genocide against Christians living in Nigeria, Somalis don't speak about it. Not only about the genocide going on in Nigeria, Somalis don't speak about what is going on in Africa. I'm talking about sub-Saharan Africa. Many of them want to associate with Arabs. In fact, Somalis are forcing themselves on Arab people. Now my question to Somalis is, do you think if you go to United Arab Emirates, if you go to Saudi Arabia, if you go to Kuwait, Qatar, and tell them you are Arab, will they accept you as one of them? That is the question. If you tell Arabs that you are one of them, are they going to accept you as one of them? The answer is no. In fact, I am not telling you that all Somalis identify with Arabs. I'm not telling you that all Somalis are identifying with Arabs, but majority of them are identifying with Arabs. They are denying being black Africans. But I see Somalis as my own people. I see them as African people. I do not understand why they are denying us. I see them as my own people, but they are denying being one of us. I don't understand it. I know there are some of them who identify with being black, being African, but many of them are denying being African. I don't understand it. Well, if you are a Somali and you come across this video and want to hear your honest opinion about this thing I spoke about in this video. My name is Rodi. This video is not to divide us. This video is to unite us as one family, that is black people.
Sudan is Arab, Sudan is not Arab. This is a contentious discussion. I've seen a lot of people swing either one way or another when talking about Arabization and then also indigeneity. Before we speak about Arabization, I want to talk about the non-Arab indigenous groups of Sudan. So first, there are the Beja people. The Beja people reside in eastern Sudan and they have their own language called Beja, which is often referred to as Bedawi by the Arabs, who just viewed them as Bedouins, and this is a Bedouin language that they did not understand. Now, the next group are the Nuba people. The Nuba people live in the Nuba mountains, and they again have their own language, the Nuba language, right? Now there are the Zaghawa people. The Zaghawa people, they reside in western Sudan, and they have their own language as well. In addition to them, there are the Fur people. The Fur people live in Darfur, right? And they have their own language as well. And then in northern Sudan, we have Nubians who speak a variety of Nubian languages. And then in urban centers, we even have some Copts, right? And the Copts, they're Orthodox Christians, and they have their own Coptic language, right? Now, we even see some Fulani, Falati people, right? And they speak Hausa and different Fulani dialects. Now let's move on to Arabization and Arab influence on Sudan. It is a misconception that Arabization in Sudan only extends to the linguistic sphere and to a limited extent the cultural sphere. And I'm going to break down how there is a continuity of Arab groups indigenous to the peninsula who still live in Sudan after emigrating hundreds of years ago. The Ja'lan are a tribe which descend from Hijaz and still have a continuity there. And then there's another tribe, Juhayna. Juhayna can be found now in parts of Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, and even in Sinai and Egypt. There are the Shukriya in eastern Sudan who descend from the Yashkur branch of Quraysh. Then another tribe is the Shaghiya, who come from the Arab conquest of Egypt. Then they migrated down to Sudan, and then they settled in Sudan. The last tribe I wanted to end off with is the Bagharra, who are also from Hijaz. And I'm going to end with this. You cannot pigeonhole Sudan into either being Arab or not Arab. Sudan is not homogeneous. It is linguistically, culturally, ethnically diverse and multifaceted. And Sudanese society is an amalgamation of all of these different cultural influences. Sudanese culture is an aggregate of all of these things. So there are so many influences on Sudan culturally where minimizing the discussion to a black and white binary of Arab or not Arab is just very reductionary and harmful, right? So I implore everybody to speak about indigeneity and Arabization in a more nuanced way. Thank you. Masalama.
Welcome back. And as you can see in the clips, people are very bitter because they are asking themselves, if these countries feel that they are not part of Africa, what are they doing in the African continent? So if we look at Africa today, the question of identity is more complex than many realize. In some regions, certain communities claim Arab heritage. They might say their ancestors were Arab traders, settlers, or part of the historical dynasties that moved into Africa centuries ago. These claims are sometimes connected to religion, to language, or culture, especially in areas influenced by Islam. But these claims don't always tell the full story. Many historians point out that African societies have always been diverse, with a mix of local, Arab, and other foreign influences. Over time, Cultural mixing happened naturally through trade, marriage, or migration. What sometimes appears as Arab heritage may actually be centuries of African-Arab interaction rather than direct ancestry. There is also something about a social and political side to these crises. In some contexts, claiming Arab heritage can bring prestige, influence, or a sense of belonging to large transnational networks. Some people may use these claims as strategically to gain social recognition or political advantages. At the same time, other Africans view such claims skeptically, arguing that it undermines indigenous identity or it creates unnecessary divisions. This tension has become what many call an identity clash. It isn't just about ancestry. It is about how people see themselves, how societies recognize them, and how history is remembered. It raises important questions. Who gets to define African identity? How much should historical immigration shape cultural belonging today? And how do modern African nations reconcile these histories with contemporary society? Ultimately, understanding these claims and the debates around them requires looking at the history, the culture, and politicals all together. The answer is quite simple, but exploring the hidden truth helps us understand the layers of African identity and why this conversation remains important today. Until we all agree that we come from the same ancestor, then this crisis will always be there. You have been watching Polito Realities. Until next time, be grounded and always be blessed.